Hello happy souls, welcome back to my channel. This is Charlotte with Happy Twins 1111. My beautiful friends, I hope that this video finds you well and safe. We are looking today at what Spirit would like you to know about your love life. So this is messages from Spirit. It's a timeless love reading. I've got 3 paths for you. The first one is the Guided Hand Tarot with Mangano Calcite. The second one is the Illest Tarot with Apatite. And the third one is the Lunar Soul Tarot with a Amazonite. So take your time choosing a pile. You may be drawn to more than one, and that's okay. There could be messages in more than one pile for you. Do make a note down below in the comments of which pile you've chosen, because these are timeless readings. So, you know, there may be another pile that's suited to you at a later date. And if you've made a note of which one you've watched, in the comments you'll know not to choose that one next time, although that can sometimes be a valuable exercise. Right, so let's get this show on the road. I'm going to move past 2 and past 3 out of the way, and we're going to see what Spirit would like you to know about your love life right now. So, the Guided Hand Tarot. This is a beautiful deck. Let's see what's coming up for you. We're going to use some oracle cards as well, and I bought some blank decks off Amazon, and I've been putting my own messages on them, well, channeled messages. So we're going to use those as well today. And thank you so much to all the happy souls that have been sending me cards through the post. If you would like to donate a deck by way of appreciation for the free readings I provide here, you can find a link to my Amazon wishlist in the description box below. There's certainly no obligation. In fact, the best gift you can offer me is to watch one of the adverts during the reading. It's only a moment of your time, and I get a small amount of revenue for you watching that, which really helps my channel and helps everything to stay afloat. So if you can find the time to just watch one advert all the way through, that really, really does help me, and I appreciate it so much. Okay, let's do this. What does Spirit want you to know about love? The Knight of Cups, that's a lovely start. The Page of Pentacles. The 8 of Wands in reverse. The 3 of Pentacles, the King of Pentacles in reverse. So far you've got Pisces, Taurus energy. The Magician, the 10 of Cups in reverse, the Moon in reverse, the 4 of Cups in reverse, and the High Priestess in reverse. And from this deck that I have created myself, let's have a look. Oh, I've got a flyer already. Your karma will be resolved when you decide to resolve it. Focus on inner peace. If you continue to make the same choices, you will continue to get the same outcome. You are already in union. Separation is an illusion. Your ego is louder than your heart right now. And energy flows where intention goes. Okay. So part 1. First things first is I do feel like you and your person right now are communicating. It does feel like there's been some kind of offer made, that your person has been feeling somewhat empowered to take action, but I'm hearing that this is baby steps. You know, this is the beginning stages of them opening up and starting to make progressive actions towards bringing this back together. Now, I do feel like they are somewhat immature in their approach. They may be very flirty, very romantic, very charismatic, but perhaps reluctant to take this to the next level. I feel like you also worry that they're a player, and it does feel like the karma referred to here is to do with children and someone's reluctance to leave a family unit. I'm picking up very strongly that there is a third party involved. There are children involved. This could be on either your side or your person's side, but it does feel that this is a blockage right now, and you know, with this card, your karma will be resolved when you decide to resolve it. This very much suggests that this is your karma and that the power is in your hands to make choices that are going to help move things forward for you. It does say here, if you continue to make the same choices, you will continue to get the same outcome. So, you know, the energy of this reading does suggest that you're not really in a balanced state, either emotionally or mentally, with the way the connection is. I'm picking up a tremendous amount of fear. I'm picking up a tremendous amount of reluctance to take responsibility for how your journey is moving forward. And with the moon in reverse and the high priestess in reverse, it does appear that there's been some depressive episode here, and that you're not tapping into that infinite flow of love and wisdom available to you through the channels of spirit. This one here as well is really important. Your ego is louder than your heart right now. And I do feel like there needs to be a greater level of self-reflection and awareness around the communication patterns in this connection, because we've got the Eight of Wands in reverse, which is obviously, it refers to very swift change in communication, but the fact that it's clarified by the moon in reverse suggests to me that there is a blockage in communication as a result of this kind of low vibrational, depressive or anxious energy, this lack of trust in faith in the way this journey is going to evolve. Energy flows where intention goes. And, you know, there is a need here for you to draw a line under these feelings and to make the decision to move forward and to address them, to take responsibility for them, because this communication block exists in your ego desires, is what I'm hearing. You know, you desperately want what you want, and you have some very high expectations of what a relationship should look like, and I'm hearing that these are locked in that 3D paradigm. You know, the rules that they teach us when we're younger, don't call them unless they call you, all of that jazz. And you've got it deeply ingrained within you that the masculine has certain responsibilities. And when I say masculine, that's not gender specific. I'm referring to divine masculine energy. So it could be a man or a woman dependent on your circumstances. But it, you know, what's rooted is that you feel that the other person, the divine masculine in this equation, should be leading, should be taking steps to make you feel secure, stable, reassured. You know, you're looking to them to fulfill this need you have to feel good and whole within this connection. And this is your ego. It's speaking louder than your heart. You know, you're misunderstanding what unconditional love means. It also says here, you are already in union. Separation is an illusion. And that really is the truth. If this person is your twin flame or soulmate, you know, you are always connected to them. You, for all eternity. There is no such thing as separation. That's just an illusion of our 3D experience. So again, with this moon and the high priestess in reverse, you're not tapping in to all of that comfort, support and love that's available to you in the 5D realm, you know. And it does say here, focus on inner peace. This is meditation. You know, this is taking time to go within and to explore your divinity, which I feel you've really resisted doing. I'm hearing that you don't think meditation works for you, that you're not good at it, that you've tried it and you can't do it. But as with anything, energy flows where intention goes. You have to persist and you have to take responsibility for moving yourself forward. So, but it definitely feels like this person is more open and more receptive and more empowered to communicate within this connection. With the Three of Pentacles here, clarified by the Four of Cups, I feel like they've come out of a period of withdrawal, a period of silence. They're ready to work with you and to collaborate to move this forward. But this person doesn't feel ready for a long-term commitment. And I feel like, again, this is about your intention. You know, thoughts equal creation. If you're lacking faith, if you're assuming the worst, if you're thinking, yeah, this person's come around and done this to me before, they've been really attentive before, and they always disappear again. If you're in that energy of fear and ego, you know, you are blocking the flow of union energy that exists within your connection. You know, you're not really giving things a chance, because you're creating the outcome you fear by holding on to those thoughts, those really limiting thoughts that this isn't going to work. So again, you know, the High Priestess is emotionally and spiritually receptive. She is connected to her intuitive wisdom, and through that she finds her faith. So this is what you are really being called to do right now, to go within, to accept and work with your divinity. You know, I do feel like you have resisted the spiritual growth that's required of you in this connection, and you don't see yourself as a divine person. You don't see yourself as having divine power or access to divine guidance and love and support. And this has caused you so much pain, and it's really blocked you from being your authentic self and from being able to communicate from a place of authenticity. And that energy flows around your connection and impacts how your person is able to interact with you also. So as I said, for karma here, you need to be really honest about your situation. I'm hearing that you feel trapped, that it feels impossible to move away. Now, whilst there may be consequences of moving away from the karmic situation, whatever that may be for you, as I said, one or both of you has issues here around family and children. But whatever that karma is, and however impossible it feels, as a grown adult, there are always options. You always have a choice, even if that choice might take time to take effect. You do have a choice, and by getting the wheels in motion, you know, you are moving yourself forward. So you do have to be responsible for the blockages that are created by your own karma, and you can't put that off. You know, for some of you, I'm hearing that this is the case, that you don't want to leave the partner you're with until this person is going to commit to you. But these connections don't work like that. You know, it's the divine feminine that leads, and you know, to suggest that you're waiting for one person to come forward before you leave another demonstrates massive codependence. What that says is, I am afraid to be alone. I don't want to, you know, leave myself alone. If I leave this person, this other person doesn't come forward, I'm going to be alone. In reality, you probably need a period of time alone, especially once you've resolved karma. You need to learn to be comfortable and happy in your own love and in your own company. You need to find that wholeness within you through your connection to spirit and by focusing on that inner work. So there really is a need here to step up and to really embrace the healing journey that's, you know, being presented to you. I just want to get some more cards here for this Knight of Cups and the Magician, and we're going to pull some charms for you as well before we move it to the extended. So I want to know more about what's happening with this person. So it appears like, okay, so these two cards actually contradicts these, because here we've got this Knight of Cups rushing forward, you know, attentive, charming, romantic, perhaps, you know, being flirtatious with the Magician, which can be a very charismatic player energy. This is someone that's feeling very confident and very sure of themselves. But clarifying this is the Queen of Swords in reverse and the Page of Cups in reverse. And this suggests to me that there is underlying resentment, anger. Again, we saw blocked communication. I feel like you're afraid to be completely honest with this person because you don't want them to run away again. There may be some kind of unpleasant feelings that you've been harboring and you're reluctant to communicate. And again, we've got this Page of Cups in reverse. This suggests to me that, you know, you're resisting that communication and perhaps even playing games. You know, this suggests actually that it may be you that's the runner. You know, it's you that's saying, oh, I've fallen for this before. I know what you're going to do. I can't trust you. You know, you've already mugged me off so many times. So it does feel like there's some resentment here that needs to be released. So let's get some guidance for you as well. How do you need to move forward with this person right now? And we're going to get some charms for that as well. When we take it over to the extended, we're going to have a look at you know, how this person's thinking and feeling in this connection, how things are going to shift for you too, and get some more guidance in terms of moving forward. But I just want to get some guidance cards now and some charms. Right, 5 of Cups in reverse, 6 of Pentacles in reverse, and the 2 of Cups in reverse. Let's get some charms as well. Right, so we've got the 3 of Swords, we've got the Bumblebee, we've got its 2 people outside, the Gramophone, the Typewriter, and that you are safe with me. So the Five of Cups in reverse suggests, again, with these depressive energies, this regret, this resentment, this disappointment, it feels like you've managed to kind of resolve some of that. But the single cup here, what we're seeing is, you know, the four, when this card is reversed, 4 of the cups are upright. Now, 4 is the number of balance and stability. So I feel like from an emotional perspective, even though you're not still in the place you need to be, you are actually in a better place. But remember, we had the 4 of cups reversed here for you, which is coming out of that period of withdrawal. The problem is that this cup here, turned upside down, is empty. And you're guided to fill your own tank. You know, the depression, the low vibrational feelings that remain are due to you not filling your own tank. And so long as your own cup is empty, you're going to continue to seek that love from external sources, including your person. Again, this connects with your ego is louder than your heart right now. If your heart is hurting and it's not receiving the sustenance it requires to be whole, to be full, then your ego is going to start screaming for attention. It's going to start seeking that love externally. So this is something you need to really be aware of. You may feel a lot more emotionally balanced than you were. I feel that you've recently come out of a fairly difficult period and you have brought yourself back to a point of stillness, but your cup is empty and you need to take responsibility for filling it. The 3 of Swords here really clarifies this. The 3 of Swords is about broken heart and grief. So for me, you know, this charm coming out really affirms that there's healing work that needs to be done here. There's grief that needs to be faced and overcome. There's trauma, probably pertaining to betrayal in your past, that needs to be resolved at an internal level. The 6 of Pentacles in reverse does suggest that there is an imbalance in this connection in terms of give and take and reciprocity, and I'm feeling that this has continued for a really long time. And again, if you continue to make the same choices, you'll continue to get the same outcome. And I feel like you give and you give and you give, and then you get annoyed that your giving isn't being reciprocated. But what's happening in this instance is it feels like you've pulled back. You've stopped giving. You know, you've decided, well, you're not giving to me, so I'm not going to give anything to you. And that too is out of balance. It's just at the opposite spectrum, the opposite end of the spectrum. So what needs to happen is that you need to learn to balance what you give and what you take. But unconditional love seeks nothing in return. It gives for the sake of giving because it feels good. But we can only do that when our tank is full. When our tank is full, we can give from the overflow. And this is what you're being asked to pay attention to. The 2 of Cups in reverse does remind you that neither one of you is energetically aligned for union right now. Neither one of you is ready. You can't start filling each other's cups until you've learned to fill your own. And it says here that you are safe with me. And I feel like this is asking you to trust. You've got to stop thinking the worst of this person. You know, you've got to trust that any pain they trigger in you has a purpose. That's their job. They're not trying to hurt you. If they disappear, it's because you still haven't learned the lesson. You still haven't learned to be alone. And they're just reinforcing the need for you to learn that. So you need to trust that even though this connection is hard and sometimes painful, that you are safe and you can get through it. You have that strength. This one, the writer. I feel like this is connected to the communication. I feel very strongly that putting your thoughts and feelings into words through the method of writing is going to help you make more sense of things. I'm hearing also that some of you have a very natural flair for automatic writing. And in order to engage with that, all you need to do is just take some really nice long deep breaths. Give yourself a moment to ground yourself and protect yourself and to ask Spirit to bring the right words through you. And just see what happens. You know, automatic writing has got to be one of the easiest ways to channel. And I feel like both of you have a connection through writing. It may be this is how you predominantly communicate, but there's definitely a need here for you to write. And I'm hearing that you'll know what it is that you need to write. Whether it's writing to this person just to release something from your system, or whether you actually need to send it to them as well and communicate something. But I'm hearing very strongly that you know what this is about. It's too peoply outside. Certainly with what's happening in the current climate, as far as the riots and so forth are concerned, lockdown and the pandemic and everything else. These are stressful times. Some people are very, very sensitive to the vibrational energies of such massive movements within the collective. And when I say the collective, I mean all of humanity. So it might be necessary for you to kind of not expose yourself in such a deliberate way to what's going on, to try and detach yourself from it, and to find that inner peace. There is work to do. That's what the Buzzy Bee is here to tell you. There's work to do, and you need to listen. You need to listen to the guidance that's being brought forth. You need to listen to Spirit, who is always there to support you. But you need to listen through your own heart, through your own senses. And I feel this is how you're going to get the messages you need, through writing. Okay, so I really hope that was helpful for you, part one. I'm going to take this over to the extended. As I said, we're going to look at their thoughts and feelings, what's shifting for you to, and get some more guidance. So if you'd like to join me there, you can find a link in the description box below, and also by the timestamps in the comments. If you enjoyed this video, pretty please hit the like button. It really helps my channel to grow, and I appreciate it so much. So thank you so much for staying tuned, and I will see you next time. Lots of love. Bye. Hello, part two. Welcome to your reading. Right, what does Spirit... Oh, sorry about the wobbly camera. What does Spirit want you to know about your love life? These are messages from Spirit. This is a timeless love reading. Now, whilst I'm shuffling, lovely friends, if I could ask you for one very small favour. You see, I provide these free readings, but I get a very small amount of revenue every time you watch an advert. So if you can watch an advert for 1 minute, I think they're actually 1 minute 11 seconds, which isn't that a beautiful sync? But if you can watch one advert for me and give 1 minute back, it really does make the world of difference and helps to support my channel. I haven't been well enough to do private readings recently, so every little helps, and I really appreciate that if you can find the time to do that. Thank you so, so much. But let's get this reading on the road for you. What does Spirit want you to know about your love life? We have got the 8 of Swords. We've got the 10 of Cups. We've got the Queen of Wands in reverse. We've got the Knight of Swords in reverse. And we've got the 6 of Swords. Clarifying, we've got the 9 of Wands in reverse. We've got Justice in reverse. We've got the Ace of Wands in reverse. The 8 of Pentacles in reverse. And the Hermit. Okay, now I'm going to use these oracle cards that I've made myself. It's just a blank deck that I bought on Amazon and scrawled little messages on it from Spirit. So let's get some of these as well. Stop giving your power away. Fill your own tank first. Ego blames others. Taking ownership of your pain empowers your divinity. There is going to be a seismic shift soon. Are you ready? Release bitterness, anger, resentment, envy. Embrace forgiveness. Your soul is calling. Answer the call. You are not as healed as you think. Stay humble. Okay, now I'm just going to be real with you. This might be a triggering reading because this one, you are not as healed as you think. Stay humble. And ego blames others. Your soul is calling. Answer the call. Fill your own tank first. You know, what I'm hearing here, what I'm hearing is that you've actually made a dramatic amount of progress on your journey. But more recently, you are cycling back through old lessons that are very painful, and you've become stuck once more in a cycle that doesn't serve you. There's been inactivity. I feel like you got so comfortable and so confident in your high vibration and healed state that you actually stopped taking care of yourself. Now, what's really powerful about this reading is I do see union on the horizon. I'm hearing that karma for the most part has been resolved in this connection on both sides of the fence. There is very little unspent karma remaining. And that means that energetically speaking, the door to union begins to open. And as it says here, there is going to be a seismic shift soon. Are you ready? And we have to be real. Based on the other cards coming out here, you are not ready. And there's a real need here to do some deep inner work. First and foremost, we've got the Eight of Swords out. And this is about being tangled up by your own limiting beliefs, not just about yourself, but about life, about love, and certainly about this connection. And I feel that this has caused you to kind of lose faith, to want to give up. You know, it's almost like just as you reach the final hurdle, you've kind of snapped. Something in you has snapped, and it's because your vibration has dropped and you're not in that high and happy place that you were before. Now, some of these limiting beliefs may be connected to these cards that have come out. Release bitterness, anger, resentment, and envy. Embrace forgiveness. Ego blames others. Taking ownership of your pain empowers your divinity. And I feel like you've become very angry with your person. You know, I feel like you finally lost your shit. You got so impatient and you said, you know what? I've had enough of you. I've had enough of you not giving me what I want. I've had enough of you breaking promises, not showing up, disappearing. I've had enough. There is so much anger here. You know, but you need to forgive this. As I said, ego blames others. You've got to take ownership of your pain. Pain empowers your divinity, because in reality, this person isn't doing any of those things to spite you. This actually came up in part 1, slightly similar energy, so you may want to watch that as well. But, you know, the point is here that in these connections, in these spiritual connections, you trigger one another for a reason. You're meant to feel that pain. The pain is what teaches you. And this is a process you understand well because you've already navigated it. But look what's happening here. We've got the Queen of Wands in reverse, the Queen of Spirit. We've got the Ace of Wands in reverse. We've got the Knight of Swords in reverse and the Eight of Pentacles. This is, to me, someone that's not doing their spiritual work. This is someone that's not connected to their divinity. You know, they've dropped the ball, or dropped the wand, as it should be. They're not taking action, and they're sitting in this very bitter, angry, resentful energy. They're not doing the work. They're not doing their due diligence. Something slipped backwards, and you really need to move forward. Yeah, this is the Six of Swords. This is about moving away from that really fractious and difficult energy and moving back into the power of solitude, inner reflection, and seeking your light once more with this Hermit energy. You know, there really is a need here to be searingly honest with yourself, to identify that, yeah, I'm not where I was before, and I've got to take responsibility for getting back there rather than blaming this person. You know, because I feel like your attitude has been, I've done so much and they're not doing their part, and now I've lost my patience with them. You know, I can't do any more. I've done everything and they're still not playing. They're still not doing their bit. They're still not pulling their weight. There is so much frustration and so much impatience here. And allowing yourself to indulge those thoughts, those feelings, has meant that you've sunk back down into this lower vibrational energy. But the beautiful part about this is that that union door is opening, and that you know exactly how to get yourself back where you need to be. Yeah? It's entirely doable. And you've done it before. So this only empowers you, you know, to start over. And it does say here, stop giving your power away, fill your own tank first. As I said, there is still some unspent karma. There's not a lot, but there is some. And I'm feeling that for you, this is very much connected to your inability to put yourself first. So, you know, this could be demanding family members or friends or even work colleagues that don't respect your time. They don't value who you are and your needs, and they feel a sense of entitlement surrounding your interaction or contribution to their world. You know, this is you people pleasing. This is you giving too much away. You can only give to people from your overflow. If you're in this low vibration and you're not filling your own tank, you need to pull back. If you're a light worker, if you're doing readings, healing, any kind of spiritual work, that's even more important. You will just get drained. You know, you will become, what's the word? You'll start to feel empty. You'll start to feel rough. You can't keep giving away what you don't have to give. You can only give from your overflow. Again, your soul is calling you. Answer the call. The answers are within you. When you turn all of these cards here upright, This is a really beautiful and powerful lineup. You've got the Queen of Wands here, the Queen of Fire, the Queen of Spirit, the Queen of Passion, and the Ace of Wands, embracing that spiritual new beginning. With the Knight of Swords, you've got all of that wonderful action and forward motion connected with all of this hard work and diligence. You know, some effort is required on your part to maintain a high vibrational state. And do you know what? There's no shame in how you slip back. This happened to me as well. Yeah, I stopped taking care of myself. I felt so amazing that, you know, I thought it would be easy for me and that I didn't have to commit as much time to myself because, hey, I already felt good. But slowly but surely, that feeling of good began to dissipate until it dissipated so much that I'd realised I'd gone quite far in the wrong direction. And I feel this is what's happened to you. But this stemmed from you losing your shit with your person, blaming them, you know, and you've just got to take ownership of it. You've got to take ownership of your pain and recognise that them not being around wasn't to punish you, wasn't to hurt you. It's the way this connection needed to be. And you weren't seeing that because you really thought you were healed and ready. You know, your attitude was, listen, I'm healed. I've done all my work. Where are you? You're not doing anything. And it you know, you got stuck in that lower vibrational thought process, and it began to eat away at your faith. It began to degenerate your high vibrational energy because you stayed there. You didn't take responsibility. You didn't recognize, you know, the additional lessons that you were being presented. And you honestly thought that you were healed enough, you know, to have what you wanted. But it doesn't always work like that. But as I said, the door to union is opening for you. It's opening and you need to be ready. Let's get some more cards for you. What else does Spirit want you to know? We're going to get some charms for you as well. What's shifting for you that you need to be aware of? The Ace of Cups in reverse. The Tower in reverse. The Page of Pentacles. And the Moon in reverse. So these are really rough energies. I'm going to get some charms as well. I'll bring this here so you can see my lovely roll of charms. So just give it a good shake and then I just grab a few. Okay. We have got Don't Give Up. The Pentacle, which for me is about protection and stability. The Bicycle, which for me is about moving in the right or wrong direction. We've got the Crown, which is connected to divinity. And we have got Sad Songs. I'm going to get a couple more. Hello, I'm a bad idea. And don't be a dick. Okay. Again, stop giving your power away. Fill your own tank first. The Ace of Cups, you know, represents the one love, the love we have inside of us. And when it's reversed, that love is being depleted. You've got to unblock this energy. Right now, you need to focus on self-love. Don't give up on this journey. You know, you've got to focus on your own ascension and your own power. Now, I do feel like there's a Tower moment coming for you connected to family and karma. This could be you or your person, but you're guided to reinforce your protection to help maintain stability around this. Whenever I see this particular pentacle charm, I always think of it as spiritual protection. You need to protect your divinity right now. There could be a kind of karmic that's meddling, that perhaps is spiritually aware, or perhaps someone else that's trying to sabotage your connection somehow. And you know, it might not be deliberate spiritual work, but curse energy is just words. It's just intention. So if someone's got really ill-dignified intentions, that energy can still have a negative impact. There's a Tower moment that still needs to come. Something needs to break down in order that things can be rebuilt the right way. And this is something you need to face. And this is something that you need to make sure you have protection around you to ensure it goes as smoothly as possible, and to ensure that, you know, the impact of those changes is transmuted. There's definitely a need for you to apologize. You know, you've been blaming this person, you've been angry, you've been the runner, is what I'm hearing. And there's a need to acknowledge this cycle and how you've become stuck in that cycle. There's a need to recognize that you have a choice, that you can keep going round and round in circles as long as you want. It's a case of evolve or repeat. You either learn the lesson and see what's being presented, or you're going to stay stuck in that cycle. But for sure, there's a need for you to reach out to this person and to express yourself authentically and to take responsibility, to apologize and to try and offer an olive branch, to open the lights of communication in a loving and heartfelt way. I'm hearing that you mustn't rush into this. There's no need to rush into it. You know, you can take your time, and in time you will know the right way to approach this. We've got the crown here as well. And again, this is connected to, well, the crown chakra and your own divinity. You know, there is a need here to really start focusing on that Queen of Wands, Ace of Wands energy again, to getting yourself reconnected to spirit and the truth of your own journey. The moon in reverse for me is about that depression. And for me, with sad songs coming up near this one, there's a warning here that you are what you think. And if you're indulging in all of these limiting beliefs about your connection, listening to sad songs that are reinforcing all of those low vibrational feelings and energies, you're not doing yourself any favors. When the moon is upright, there is no longer a fear of what is to come. There is certainty and trust in your own intuition. But the moon reversed is about disillusionment, fear, uncertainty, and it can also be a very depressed energy, which connected to that sad songs energy and what's come through this reading about, you know, you slipping into that lower vibration really makes sense. The second two charms, these were quite funny. Hello, I'm a bad idea, and don't be a dick. So they're kind of a contradiction. But I really feel like you need to stop thinking of this person as the enemy. You know, I feel like they have been so unpredictable and, you know, so resistant with this connection that you've actually convinced yourself that they're a really shit person. And this one, in contrast, is saying, don't be a dick in love. You know, and it's this white ribbon for me is a symbol of purity, innocence and potential, forgiveness. You know, you need to just speak from the heart. You need to remember that your challenge is to love this person as they are. That's what unconditional love is. Can you accept them as they are? Can you accept that they're not infallible? And can you accept that many of the painful lessons that have been brought forward through them triggering you has been necessary? So I really hope this was helpful for you, part two. I'm going to take this over to the extended. I'm going to take a deeper look at how this person's thinking and feeling, what else is shifting in your connection. And of course, we'll get some more guidance and some more charms. If you would like to join me there, you can find a link to the extended in the description box below and near the timestamp. So thank you so much for tuning in. Please do hit the like button and the subscribe button. That'll mean that you help my channel to grow, as well as getting updates every time I post. So thank you so much, and I'll see you next time. Bye. Hello, Path 3 friends. Okay, let's get your reading on the road. What does Spirit want you to know? This is a timeless love reading, and we're bringing forward messages about love from Spirit for you. I don't work with reversals in these decks. Sorry, with this deck, because as you can see, the backs aren't reversed. So if they come out reversed, I will put them upright again. And whilst I'm shuffling, if I could ask you a very small favour, because as you know, I'm not doing personal readings at the moment because I've really needed a break from that. I've not been feeling energetically balanced enough, but I do rely on my channel and this outlet as an income. But I do get a small amount of revenue when you watch an advert. So if by way of thanks, the readings I provide, you could just hit up one advert today. It's only 1 minute and 11 seconds of your time, so there's a nice 1:11 sync there. But if you can watch one advert for me, that will really, really help me and help to keep my channel afloat. And I appreciate it so, so much. You're under no obligation, but if you do have the time and you would like to, I really do appreciate that. Thank you in advance. Okay, let's get this show on the road. What does Spirit want you to know about your love life? There will be an extended reading today. But we're going to have a good look here at what's going on and get some messages for you. Right, we have got the Sun. I feel really positive about this already. The 8 of Cups. The 6 of Cups. And this is a beautiful deck that you've chosen. This is the Lunar Soul. It's actually out of print at the moment, which is a real shame because it's pretty much everyone that sees this deck wants to buy it. And sadly, they're no longer selling it. They're crazy. They need to bring out some more. Okay, sorry, that was the Queen of Wands and the Moon. Now we've got the Hanged Man, the Eight of Pentacles, the Fool. Oh my God, this has such positive energies for you. Pardon me, the Page of Swords, and the King of Cups. Now, I'm also going to use this little set of cards that I've created myself. I just bought some blanks on Amazon. These, and I've put messages on them, so I'm going to give them a shuffle. I'm going to choose some of these for you. Your relationship will transform when you transform the relationship with yourself. Find your soul tribe. Are you willing to accept this person as they are? You are confused about what unconditional love means. Connect to the infinite flow of unconditional love in you. Focus on inner peace. So these are powerful messages. But this is a really positive and lovely reading. And what I'm hearing here is that you have very recently stepped into a state of surrender and joy and happiness. You have found your light. Congratulations, Pile 3, because I feel this big. These are such lovely, high vibrational energies. And I'm seeing here, you know, Spirit just wants you to know how proud your own spiritual counsel and your guides, they are so very proud of you, and you've worked really hard. You've been on this inner journey, I feel, and you've been really diligent and really focused, and it's about to pay off. You know, Spirit's saying there is an offer of love coming your way. This is a beautiful new beginning. It really is. You know, I do feel like you have made so much progress, and this has shifted the energies within your connection. You know, you've been so focused on you. You've been doing all the things that have helped you get to this happy, illuminated, glowing place. You are in the light. You're in your power. You're surrendered. You're in a state of acceptance. You know, this is divine feminine energy at its best. You know, I feel like you've really shed light on the trauma of the past and moved away from that peacefully. And you've been working on developing yourself, your expertise in the spiritual field. This is someone that's really been putting in a huge amount of effort. And as a result of this incredible growth and transformation, remember there's 5 cups here. Now the 5 of Cups is about loss, disappointment and mourning, but remember in pain there is growth. And 5 is also the number of higher learning and transformation and transition. And so what we're seeing here with this transition from this seedling to this bloom has resulted in this offer that is ready to be made, in this brand new beginning. Your person is ready to take a leap of faith. Now, it's not all rosy. Because what I am seeing is that whilst you're in your power, whilst you're in this Queen of Wands energy, and this is Pisces, Aries energy, there's also a strong Leo connotation in this one with these 2 lions. But what I'm seeing here is that with you being in this power, chances are your person is not. You know, and you may have been thinking, oh wow, you know, now I'm in my power, now I'm in the light. His darkness, his lower vibrational energy really stands out. There's a major contrast there, and this may have caused you to fall into the energy of judgment. This may have caused you to forget what unconditional love means. And it says here, you are confused about what unconditional love means, because I do think you're now looking at this person, you're saying, actually, do you know what? You're not quite good enough right now. You need to grow up. You need to get better. You need to get well. You need to improve. You need to bring more to the table. You need to rise up and meet me. You're not good enough in your current energy. And this is an unconditional love. So there's a challenge here for you, because the door to union is opening. An offer is coming. And this one asks you, are you willing to accept this person as they are? That's really powerful. Are you willing to accept them as they are and to love them unconditionally and support them in becoming their best self? That's work they have to do themselves, but you can work alongside one another to do that. And it does say here, your relationships will transform when you transform the relationship with yourself. And I feel really strongly this is about your person. You know, that as they start transforming themselves, the relationship between you is going to transform for the better. But you are being offered an opportunity here to have what you wanted, just as you've probably decided, I don't want it. I don't want it, actually. I feel really good now. I'm really happy on my own. And this guy's being a dick. He can do what he wants. I'm good over here without him. And actually, I feel like you're going to be challenged now to lovingly accept him. This is what you're being asked to do. You're being asked to trust. Now, we've got the King of Cups down here offering his cup. This is Scorpio energy. So it could well be that your person's a Scorpio. We've also got Leo energy here with the Sun and the Queen of Wands. As I said, we've got Pisces, Aries. We've got Pisces again with the Moon. I always forget what the Hanged Man is, what sign it associates with. But you have got a lot of water energy here and a lot of fire energy, a lot of pride and a lot of deep emotion. And I feel like clarified by the moon. Now, we're not working reversals in this deck, but I do feel that there's an indication here that your person perhaps suffers with depression, low self-esteem, perhaps even anxiety. And they're still learning to trust in their own intuition. They're still learning to trust in spirit. They're still learning to trust in the healing modalities that you've learned from, through and presented. So you're being asked to go within to figure this out. You're being asked to meditate on it. And this is a really powerful message. Find your soul tribe. Now, I'm hearing you've got a soul tribe, but I feel like it's time to expand it. I feel like there are some other divine feminines out here that they might not necessarily be further along the journey than you, but they've understood unconditional love in relation to acceptance in a different way. There is some kind of guidance, modality, wisdom, or something that you need to tap into that's within your soul tribe. There's a really powerful message for you here. If you haven't already, you can join my Facebook group. It's for networking and support for twin flames and ascending souls. It's such a happy, high vibe place. You can find a link in the description box below, but we're always happy to help you there. So if this has resonated for you and you need guidance, by all means come over there. I do post in there and reply to as many of the posts as I can. But it really is a beautiful bunch of happy souls. They're just waiting to support you. So that's really strongly indicated. But for sure, I feel like this person, they're coming forward. They're coming forward whether you think they're ready or not. And you're going to be challenged to accept them as they are. And it's not going to be easy because they've not learned what you've learned. They're not in the light yet. And you're being asked to lovingly support them in making their way in the dark. You know, you can't do that healing for them, but you can hold their hand and you can love them unconditionally anyway. So yeah, I feel like this is where this is going for you guys. Let's get some more guidance cards for you. We've got the Page of Wands. We've got the Ten of Wands. We've got Strength. And we've got the Five of Pentacles. So yeah, I feel like this person is quite likely a lot younger than you. But they're passionate and they're creative and they're ready to take responsibility is what I'm hearing. They're ready. And we've got more Leo energy here. This person is ready to step into their power, to step into their strength. They've still got to do the work. Now, the Five of Pentacles is actually about rejection and being left out in the cold. But in this deck, you see this person is carrying this weight. It looks very much about taking responsibility, about diligence, about doing the work. And I do feel this person is ready to work through their own rejection and abandonment wounds. They're ready to take responsibility. And as I said, this is going to be challenging for you. This isn't going to be an easy ride, but you're being asked to recognize the power of your beautiful, compassionate heart. That remember, what tames the beast is not force or aggression or ignorance, but actually unconditional love. divine masculine and feminine balance. Look at her with that yin yang symbol and the infinity symbol over her head. It's a really beautiful depiction of the strength card. And it's number 11 in this deck. You know, the divine number, the number of spirit and awakening. And you see the moon and the sun symbolizing that divine feminine masculine balance and connection as well. So this person isn't necessarily showing up how you wanted them to, but they are showing up. See what's shifting. The Star. This has come out in all 3 piles so far. The 8 of Wands, the 7 of Pentacles, and the Page of Pentacles. So again, we've got 3 pages out. There's definitely an age gap here, or maybe this person's got children, or they've just got a very youthful or immature emotional or intellectual nature. But either way, you know, there's definitely a divide in terms of maturity. But in terms of what's shifting, this is about faith and wish fulfillment. You know, this is a really beautiful and positive step in the right direction. This is also a number 8 card. It's actually 17, but of course 17, when you add them together, is number 8. So again, you know, that's a very twin flamey number. It's about infinite cycles coming to fruition. And we've got another 8 here. Remember, we had 2 8s, the 8 of Cups and the 8 of Pentacles. You've got 3 8s out as well. The 8 of Wands is about rapid change, rapid incoming communication, and this person investing, doing the work, coming forward with an offer or an apology. And look at this person. Their feet are grounded in the earth, and from their head, there's blooms. There's so much growth here. You know, this person's really ready. They're ready to change. They're ready to heal themselves. They're ready to figure this out. Let's get some charms for you before we take it to the extended. Okay, so we have got, oh, this is like the union. This is look at that. The person with the dark and the person with the light coming together in unconditional love and acceptance. I love that. We've got the yin-yang whales. This is also another union symbol. Babe with the power. Wow. Don't give up. Wizard in training. Love hurts. The stethoscope. And why? Okay. So again, these are very strong union symbols to me. You know, this light and the coming together of light and dark aspects. You know, I really feel like, as I said, you've been in this energy of wanting this person to rise up to meet you. And as I said, you're being challenged to accept them as they are. And there is a reminder here that love does hurt. Your capacity to suffer is in direct proportion to your capacity to love. And yes, it's not going to be easy being with this person. And you may wonder why the hell you've got to go through this. You know, you're thinking, but I've only just got myself to this happy place. I don't want this person to come and disturb my peace. But so long as you're focused on your own power and your own inner peace, you're going to be okay. You're the babe with the power. You've got this stuff figured out. Don't give up now. The clouds are parting and that rainbow promises wish fulfillment. You've got to listen to what's in your heart. Listen to what Spirit is saying to you about healing. This is a stethoscope. It's a doctor's tool. You know, this is part of your healing and ascension. That's why. Now, wizard in training, I do think your person is probably more psychic and spiritual than you. You know, they're going to come through this with so much awareness and powerful intuitive ability is what I'm hearing. And that's going to be really exciting. You know, even though it may be hard for you to be with someone that's not grown, ascended and healed like you are, there's going to be highs and lows, but it's going to work out okay. And you are going to really enjoy watching this person's psychic ability unfold. So I'm going to take this over to the extended. We're going to look at how this person is thinking and feeling, what else is shifting for you guides, and get some deeper guidance. But if you did enjoy this reading and it resonated, you can come over and join me for the extended. It's only $3.33 today because it's a shorter one. But you can find the link for that in the description box below and in the timestamps in the comments by the timestamps. And please hit the like button. It really does help my channel to grow. Thank you so much for watching an advert for me. I really appreciate that. And don't forget to hit the subscribe button so that you can check out my future readings. I'll see you next time. Bye, Path 3.